is about Deme, a VTuber who made a tweet about content creation saying, I hate when people say streaming is hard. It's really not. I'm blessed as fuck being able to sit my ass all day yapping, playing games and reacting to videos. Taking breaks whenever I want to is a privilege. And this tweet generated a lot of discussion. One person in particular, called Monia, said, it's easy when you've got a whole team, manager or corpo backing you, but doing it all solo? Not so much. You're marketing yourself, engaging with your community, handling biz relationships, editing for shorts, planning your next move. No, it is hard for some. Respect that. I feel like, oh my god, I feel like this is the same topic every few months. My take on this is that I do think streaming is easier than some other jobs, but it also has some harder facets that some other jobs don't have. Like, there are some situations or troubles that arise only from being a content creators that would never arise in any other field. Now, however, I've never struggled with that part. I don't think you need a team or a corpo backing you to find that streaming is easy, because I don't have a team or a corpo backing me. And I still would pick this job over anything else. It's got to do a lot with the passion you have for it, though. I think if you're motivated by what you do and you like what you do, then it doesn't feel like work. But if I'm working at Starbucks and I suddenly feel sleepy, I don't think my boss will take it very well for me to just decide to take a nap on the floor. But if I'm a content creator, well, I can do like I did today and set my stream at 7 p.m. when the sun goes down, because I want to spend all day in the sun before that reading in the park. And if I want to, I can take a nap before I stream. I mean, there's that. So that was the beginning of this. But then it got worse. This post was made over the fact of this. Not even minutes later, after the tweet, I never said growing was easy. I said being in a place of privilege to do this for a living and to complain that it's harder than a normal job is out of touch. Streaming is easy. We're fucking playing video games and reacting to videos. Content creation and growth is a completely different subject because it's so different for everyone. There's no magic formula. People can just assume what I mean without just scrolling through the post, but I can't react to people literally downplaying everything I've done for the past 6 years to make this a point. Just because I grew an audience, this is the reason why you see more content creators keeping quiet to every single little thing. I have to react perfect or else I'm just a bitch. I'm still the same person as I was 550 or 20, loud, outspoken, and I'll talk shit if I'm being disrespected. Some of y'all got too used to crying, making up shit, and getting something out of it. Anyway, so Deme replies, 100% I hate when someone is literally 1,000 plus viewers and bringing up 5k plus a month and complaining to their audience who actually do work to make a living at the same time, support you to live this luxury. It's just literally the most out of touch shit ever. The challenge is growing, but once you've reached those numbers, people have no right to complain how it's harder than a 9 to 5. I mean, she's kind of right. I feel like complaining that it's so hard to your audience. Some of them are looking for work. Some of them can't find work even though they've been looking for months. In this economy, complaining about your job to your audience that is donating to you, it feels disrespectful and out of touch. I can agree with that part for sure. So basically, Deme makes the tweet about streaming being easy. There's a few people that disagree and share their own opinions, either in comments or QRTs. One of them is Monia, you know, the VTuber, this one that I showed you guys. So Deme really doesn't like this reply and she blocks her. Then Monia, she makes a tweet about her being blocked and says that Deme is incapable of hearing opposing opinions. But then Deme goes to stream and talks about her post for around 2 hours. And she's really unhappy with it. Rosie made a tweet about this, saying, when you make a tweet like yours, it invites discussion. Maybe you felt personally about it, but the people commenting didn't seem mean-spirited at all. They just had a different opinion and wanted to share it with you. Dragging another streamer live and comparing her to Cinder is so mean-spirited, and you don't have to agree with her, but she wasn't attacking you in any capacity. So apparently Deme on her stream was being really bad faith with Monia. She was comparing her to Cinder, saying she was a mean girl and all of that. I do feel like these insults go beyond the scope of mere criticism and commentary, because you fall into name calling. And yeah, I don't know if it's necessary to drag somebody that hard just for that kind of take. Like, it's pretty mild, like, come on. This happened because it was internalized as Deme being the one referred to with a manager, or the one having an easy job, when it was clear people were saying it in a generic sense. Because she felt attacked, she felt the need to defend herself, Imo, when neither people seemed to have this intent. I mean this out of kindness of my heart, but I think apologizing that it was made personal would be good. No one's perfect. We all have our moments, right? Don't be mean to anyone involved, please. Criticism is the only way we grow. There's also another instance where somebody else made a video on this, and the video was copyright claimed by Deme. Like, this situation just keeps on escalating for no reason, all because of an innocuous tweet. Alright, I don't know any of these girls, but if you're going to publicly drag another girl for disagreeing on a tweet on your Twitch streams and block them so they can't defend themselves, why the fuck would you copyright them on a video they made? Edit, it was a video made by a Deme fan and not her directly on the situation. So she copyrighted her own fan video? You compare them to Cinder live on stream. That's a heavy allegation. What people don't understand is that Cinder was found to try to sabotage her friend's project and blacklist them. I don't think you should throw around the Cinder allegation that easily whenever you believe that somebody's being mean. It's really watering down the situation. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know about this, but copywriting videos because you don't agree with like the criticism, or you want something to be buried, is like actually very taboo in the YouTube world. Copywriting the video due to a copyright claim by Deme is that's a huge no-no. Deme reacts to Twitter drama. Oh no. Listening to Deme Dragger was super hard. Now, Rosie made a video on this. If you guys want to go check it out. It's 1 hour and 12 long. So apparently the reason why she took down the fan account video is because she says it lacked context, but it's a copyright claim. And after a few people cover it happening, she doubles down on her following Twitch stream, saying that actually Cinder is better than Monia because at least she cares for her community. And then she gets upset around the 10-minute mark, go off about Rosie for a tweet mentioning the situation. But she doesn't go into other people like Elara who have covered the situation. Oi, you! Yeah, you! Hi! If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video.
Handling biz relationships. Okay, so you're in it for the f***ing money. God, you're just like Cinder. This is so unhinged. Kaboom. All right, boys. So we got a small bit of drama today. All right, as I say every time, no matter who I talk about, obviously, if you are being horrible to them as a person, attacking them on a personal level, harassment, all of those things, never okay. Never okay. So, as always, when we cover people, we criticize actions they make and not the person directly. We're not out here trying to harass. We're not out here trying to ruin their life. We're not out here trying to burn a witch, because that's stupid. With that in mind, the drama of today is apparently Deme went and talked about somebody. Deme got into a dispute, a Twitter dispute, and what do you know, it got heated. Color me surprised. I am someone this has happened to directly, okay? I am not above it. I have also gotten, you know, irritated at Twitter and people's opinions. All right, so I'm not above it. But anyway, the original post was this: I hate when people say streaming is hard. It's really not. I'm blessed as to be able to sit my ass all day yapping, playing games, and reacting to videos. Taking breaks whenever I want to is a privilege, which very true. However, when you're on Twitter, the important thing to know is that you are talking to two groups of people, usually people who are smaller streamers than you, all right, and viewers. So those are the two groups of people that are going to see your tweets and who this could or may not resonate with. But a lot of people, if you don't know this, usually this tweet resurfaces once a year. It's always, is streaming hard or not?
More than that.
And it's usually used as like a bait tweet maybe not bait, but like discussion, right? Everybody's got a different take on it. Some people will say streaming is hard. Most people know that being very good at streaming to the point of being able to have it as a career is not easy. It's not a cakewalk. It's very competitive, right? Blah, blah, blah. But also, a lot of people are thankful it exists because you don't have to do the patty flipping at the McDonald's. It's a lot more fun. It's a dream job, right?
I would burn the patties.
So a lot of people who make it as streamers, people are gonna envy your position, right? It's clear that one is wanted over the other. So when you do reach success, even if you've worked really hard for it, it's important to know that other people do not have that luxury.
Just like
even
the cake.
if you've worked extremely hard for it, it is still a luxury. So that is why a lot of people will have a disagreement on it. Anyway, making this tweet, you could guess, is not going to go without discussion. Good and bad, right? Even if you think it's a banger tweet, people will respond stuff like same, so true. I don't agree, right?
So
People
true,
are gonna
queen.
discuss it. So that's what they did. Unfortunately, all right, I guess Deme did not expect people to disagree with her. I don't know if it's just that she doesn't normally make discussion posts, but I think she got too personal. This is my opinion, all right? I think she took things too personal, and I think it wasn't meant personal. And I say this because I've done this myself. I've thought maybe a viewer was trying to bully me for something early on in streaming, and I've been like, hey, f you, oi! Tiny pee-pee, all right? And then I realized, I'm like, whoa, I'm way over projecting. It's not that deep. I'm like overcompensating because I'm used to people coming my way being a dickhead. And now I just like assume that people who talk this way are going to be a dickhead like every time. So I realized I'm like, this is my own problem because yes, people have been dickheads to me, but no, not everyone is doing this maliciously or with a bad intent, right? So I need to tone it back. Because I don't want to be a bully on accident. Anyway, what I'm saying is I am far from a perfect person, right? I'm not covering this because I'm a better person. I'm covering this because I've had the same thing. A different scenario, but literally it slipped into the same thing in a different context in a way. Does that make sense? I don't want you guys being like, oh, that, you know, Rosie thinks she's better than her. No. Anyways, people are gonna agree, people are gonna disagree, people are gonna say shit, right? People are gonna say, I don't even know if I can find what she said. But anyway, the first thing that happened is one of the people who disagreed with her, she felt was a personal attack. At least that's the way I take her response, right? So here's the person disagreeing, looks like a regular old viewer, doesn't look like another streamer, maybe it is. But they said, in my opinion, all right, to her saying that streaming's easy. It's a different kind of difficult than a normal job, but it's nowhere near as hard as a regular 9 to 5. Now, to me, I don't see this guy as seeming like he's going after Deme. What do you guys think? This is just my opinion. I don't think he's going after her. I think he's just literally wanting to weigh in, share his own perspective. I don't think he's saying like, F you, Deme, eat my foot. All right, this does not, like, I've read some posts where I felt like the person's maybe being a little spicy, but he doesn't seem like he's being spicy. He seems like he wants to interact. He wants to just share his opinion. He wants to be part of the conversation, right? That's how I took it. Yeah, just a guy like, oh, I see we're talking about this. This is my perspective. And he even says, like, in my opinion, as a preface, right? So he's not saying, like, Deme, you're wrong. Like, this is the correct opinion, right? This is just, like, this is my, like, how I feel. The way she responded is fine. 100% I hate it when somebody's literally a 1,000+ viewer Andy bringing in 5K a month and complaining to their audience who actually do work to make a living at the same time support you.
Okay, I want to get to the stream part.
Okay, so it is this person again? This person, right? The Rockstar VTuber. Just so you guys know from a personal experience, I've said hi to Deme a few times in passing. I've even stopped by her stream and she's been nothing but nice to me. So if anything, I know less about the girl she's talking about and I have personal experience with Deme being nice to me. But I don't know either of them past, like, you know, in passing. Like, I haven't spoken to them directly. All right, so she's talking about the other girl. All right, so streaming's easy. We're playing video games and reacting to videos. Content creation and growth is a completely different subject because it's so different from everyone. There's no magic formula. People can just assume what I mean without just scrolling through the post. Yes, because you did make a public post, so some people are gonna be dumb. I hate to put.
Don't forget that I'm a full-time student while doing all of this solo too. Yes, sometimes I feel like dying. Well, having a job as a student is never gonna feel easy. But that's something everybody needs to go through.
You want to say someone is wrong and openly talk about them, that can be fine, but like not if you silence the other person, especially, and dragging it on stream like this. I feel like it's like you're kind of being unaware. Like you are much bigger than Monia is, and so when you are of this size, right, you kind of have to be aware that you hold the power for somebody to get harassed, and you can't be responsible. Like, all right, if Deme went and sent Monia a tweet, right, tweeted back and said, I don't agree with you, I feel like you have a bad take. If she did that on Twitter and some of her audience members like were super cruel to Monia, I would say that's not Deme's fault, especially if she always advocates for not being this way. It's not Deme's responsibility for every unhinged member on the internet, right? She's talking about multiple responses she got, yes. But what I'm saying is at this point, okay, before we go further in the video, Monia, it's important to know the context that Monia cannot speak back about it. So before we start the tweet, remember that at this point in time, Deme made the post, Monia made a response, and Monia has been blocked, okay? That is where we're at in the storyline.
I guess so, dude. It is what it is. Oh my god, dude, you know what? People think I'm not able to like have an opinion because I made it. Bitch! I made it because I had this personality since like the beginning that I never even in my life thought I would even deserve something like this. I don't. You know why I feel like I don't, and I'm so lucky, and I'm actually appreciative of everything that I've grown and stuff like that. It's because I'm just sitting my ass playing video games. We are sitting in our ass playing video games. And that? Are we really complaining about that? That's insane. Anyway, bitch, I've blocked her because.
So she was the 3D model movement is really good.
Talking about her before this, because she said, anyways, bitch, I blocked her. So was she talking about her on this whole rant, or is she now just talking about her? But immediately name calling. All right, and I'm gonna say something I heard the other day that I really resonate with. The second you,
I mean, she said no. She didn't really name call her. She said, "Bitch, what are you talking about?" Like, I don't know if she called. I don't know if in that particular sentence she called Monia a bitch. She just said, you know, bitch, what you on about? Okay, I'm not explaining it well.
Call somebody a name, you're losing an argument. All right, I feel like this about anybody.
Like, I feel like she used it as a filler word.
Second you start name calling, you've lost the argument.
Yes, kind of like how you use homie, but you use bitch instead. You know, kind of like how they use it in Kill Bill.
You are attacking them as a person and not the argument. All right. So if me and Darling Straub are disagreeing on a hot topic, and I just say anyway, like Straub is a bitch. Now I'm attacking Straub as a. I'm sorry, I'm using you as an example again. It's because if I use Kitsu as an example, the other streamer in the room, Kitsu, will just say like I love you too. All right. Like me calling Kitsu a bitch is playful speech, so I can't use it. I'm sorry.
I don't know if she called her a bitch or used it as a sentence starter. Yeah, it's yeah.
So anyway, the second you start name calling, this only goes downhill. All right. And by the way, I've learned this as a little kid. When me and my dad would argue, right? My dad would say we can argue, but if you yell and you name call, then nothing's getting solved, and you have to come back when you're not as heated. I learned this when I was 6, because he said the second you are heated enough to just throw names at somebody, you are trying to play PvP. You're not trying to fix anything.
Look at this.
Okay.
I could not believe.
Like
I could not believe. Cybermore, thank you so much for the tier 1. Dude, you know what? When I got my first ever subscriber, I was so shocked that people would even like spend money on me, to the point where somebody donated to me before, and I told them like, can I please refund it? It feels too much. Because I was like genuinely not used to the concept of people sending me free money for me not doing anything. And it took me a long time. Oh my god, I think they're just doing it for clout. Do better, be better. Exactly.
Bro, okay, so now she's alleging, I'm sorry. Words matter. Your words have weight when you are this size. I'm not saying Debbie's lying here, but saying you want to refund your dono here just feels eh. Wait, when did she say she wants to refund your dono? Oh, she said she got a dono from someone and she wanted to refund them. So the reason she's saying that is the whole point of like, she didn't think she deserved it because she wasn't doing anything to get the dono. So she's making this point for a reason, which is that when she first started getting donos on stream, she couldn't believe she was just getting money while playing a video game, and she didn't feel like she did anything that would warrant somebody giving her money. But she is grandstanding while having this other VTuber on the stream, right? That she just called a bitch. So it puts it in a really bad light, even if she's talking about something she genuinely felt. That might be an important part of the argument, right? Not paying attention to what she said, yes. I just like to watch videos and never pay attention once.
Are we really complaining about that? That's insane. Anyway, bitch, I've blocked her. Because it was...
I like the Rosie reply to the chat.
So stupid. Look at this thing. I could not believe. Cybermore, thank you so much for the tier 1. Dude, you know what? When I got my first ever subscriber, I was so shocked that people would even like spend money on me, to the point where somebody donated to me before, and I told them like, can I please refund it? It feels too much. Because I was genuinely
I understood what you said after.
Of people sending me free money from.
So this doesn't bother me too much. The only thing that bothers me is she's talking about a situation where she's being humble right after she called someone a bitch. So it comes off a lot worse than if the story was on its own, it would come off fine, is what I'm saying. It's the fact that she's doing it while talking about her that it comes off as a lot less goodwill.
Me not doing anything.
But
it took
on
me
its
a
own,
long time.
On its own, her talking about this isn't a problem.
Oh my god, I think they're just doing it for clout. Do better, be better. Exactly.
I think this is far more problematic, the fact that she said she's only doing it for clout. To me, this is more damaging. It's a direct accusation. Just because she holds a different opinion than you right after calling her a bitch, I feel like it's much more problematic than you sharing the nice story you had with your viewer. That's kind of like a B-. Comes off bad, but not nearly as bad as saying she's doing it for clout.
Exactly. Oh my god. Look at this take. Prepare for this take. It's easy when you got a whole team. You're talking to me?
No.
Me.
See, this is the problem, right? She didn't say it's easy for Deme because she has a whole team. She said it's easy when you've got a whole team. When. So I think she's talking in general, and this is me imagining, okay, in my POV, that she is responding to me. I would not take this as Monia specifically alleging that I have a team. And guess what, guys? I have a team. Guys, not to brag, but I'm a smaller VTuber and I have a team. I have a team. I'm cool. I, in fact, have 2 separate managers that work on different things for me that I pay at this point, and an editor. All right? I don't know if that lowers my case. Sorry to say. I, in fact, made a team from an editor that I trained. From the editing I knew about, started paying them, and then slowly, over the course of like an entire year, I got the ability to have a team. But I trained that team, and I did not start with one. The wording does direct it towards Deme. Chat, I don't think so. No, you're not. All right, leave their quote up. I'm not saying to delete it. The wording does direct it towards Deme. It doesn't. When you're quoting someone like that and say those words, you're not quoting them. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I disagree. My opinion is if I saw this, I don't look at—
No, but Monia clearly assumes that every successful VTuber has a huge team behind them that makes it easy for them to operate. Which I don't think is always the case. And even when they do have a full team, sometimes they still get like really busy.
arguments as emotional. To me, this looks pretty neutral. It looks to me like she's telling me her personal disagreements and frustration of being an indie, and not her frustration at Deme. I feel like it's fair. Maybe you feel like, let's say she was directing this at Deme. Even if she did this, the way that this was handled
implied,
is wrong. This is a nothing burger. No, it's not. Because bullying is harmful to people, and silencing their opinions is damaging.
Well, what do you take it as then, Sayu? You think she's talking to Deme?
And when it's from a larger creator, people feel like they can't ever engage in a discussion without getting pulled by their hair. Monia said English isn't her first language. She said you was a general point. That's how I took it, but like, okay. What I mean to say is, let's say...
So Monia's English isn't her first language. Oh, it's still saying that if you have a team, it makes it easier to handle everything. I do feel like the tone of the tweet is a little, like, aggressive. I think it could have been worded better.
Monia had, right? Let's even go in a metaphorical worst case scenario. Let's say Monia did say, Deme, you're wrong. It's easy because you have a whole team and manager, right? Even if Deme was directly called out and wrong, and Monia was wrong, and alleging that Deme had these things she didn't, Deme at this point has blocked her, dragged her on stream, and called her a bitch, and implied that she is doing this for clout. All of those things are far worse than Monia having alleged something that maybe she was incorrect about in a tweet. Even if you took it in the worst case faith for Monia, what Deme did is clearly wrong and not justified as a reaction in any case.
Look at this take. Prepare.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's saying it in general as a blanket statement towards anybody who's criticizing her, so...
It's easy when you got a whole team. You're talking to me? Me. Bitch, you don't even know who the f I am to be saying that shit to me. Honey bunny, honey, because it's here.
Yeah, I see what you mean,
Why are we saying bitch again? What? Why are we saying bitch? You guys are getting stuck in the weeds. Even if you believe Monia's post was more directed at Deme, you don't grab somebody, block them so they can't defend themselves, go on stream and call them a bitch repeatedly. Yeah, she's replaying it to her chat right now. This isn't bad faith.
What team? I have been solo since 5 years. A manager? What manager?
This is what I mean, right? She could have been inspiring and been like, hey, if you're talking about me, I don't have a manager or a team and I still got this far, you can get this far too, Monia. And it would have been inspiring, right? I feel like it would have.
That is true.
Where's the manager right now? A corpo backing you. What corpo? Guys, where's the corpo? Guys, you need a manager. Okay. Where's the corpo, guys? Corpo? Any corpo? But doing it all solo? Not so much. You're marketing yourself outside of streaming. So this is not even talking about streaming anymore.
I feel like we're both reading way too much into what was said. It's not even though, because Monia didn't drag Deme on stream. Monia didn't block Deme and proceed to go to stream and talk smack about her while having her blocked. And also, Deme has a much bigger sizable audience in order to do this with, so it can result in dogpiling.
Grow in your community, which I didn't even say anything about. I never said that growing your community is easy. I said streaming is easy. Did I say growing your streaming is easy?
They're related. Also the weird, like, haha, hilarious, and dogpiling comes off really bad. And this is why a lot of times I struggle to know whether to cover serious issues or not, because when I cover serious issues, I can't be lighthearted and silly or end up downplaying things or sounding mean about them, all right? This happens even if it's unintentional. If you're trying to have your normal playful energy that you have with gaming and other topics, but now you're covering drama having to do with yourself, it's gonna come off bad.
Community. Bitch, do you even like streaming? Do you even like creating an audience? Isn't the whole point of streaming?
Like, now she's directly attacking her, but she's not giving her a chance to write back. She's like saying, bitch, don't you even like streaming?
She says bitch a lot. Yeah, maybe this isn't the right time to use this as a filler sentence.
Creating an audience and engaging with your community. Like,
yeah, I think Deme's post was fine, whatever. People are free to disagree or not. Monia's post could have been worded better, but also not the worst. But then Deme's reactions to all of this is way over the top, and then the copyright strike to top it all off. It's too much. Yeah, no, Sayu, you were right on that. Holy shit.
Dude, God.
And by the way, she doesn't say anyone in here, like, I hate streaming, this is horrible, I don't like the community I fostered. You know what I mean? So this is a lot of assumptions Deme is making about Monia that are kind of slanderous, right? She's implying, like, you don't care about your community. You don't care about the fun you have, right? Like, you aren't, basically she's saying she's only doing it for money and not the right reasons.
Guys, I could not imagine. I could imagine engaging with your community. Yeah.
Like, this is all
true, though. Imagine engaging with you guys, like, brother, ew.
Kind of mean-spirited, right? I can't imagine engaging with your community. Where does Monia say she doesn't like engaging with her community?
Oh, brother, dude. We're really complaining about engaging with your community. Guys, I can't believe I have to look at my chat.
I don't think that's what she meant. I think she's saying that it's work. Things being hard or difficult or draining doesn't mean that you hate it. Just because something's hard doesn't mean you don't want to do it anymore. You wish it didn't exist.
Guys, I can't... Dude, I can't believe...
I feel like this is a dishonest way to take it, especially when Monia can't talk back at this point because she's blocked.
If I have to look at my chat! Handling biz relationships. Okay, so you're in it for the f***ing money. God, you're just like Cinder.
This is so unhinged.
What?
This is the meanest part of the entire thing.
That's the reason why the Cinder situation even happened. Because you can't even make a real friend. You're only seeing numbers.
That is so mean. One, to say she can't make a single friend. One, to say because she
Wait, when I see handling business relationship, I wasn't expecting I didn't interpret it as talking to other content creators. I thought it was about like emailing sponsors and shit. Yeah, this started to feel like a crash out.
Cares about business relationships in some capacity, that she's only in it for business and doesn't care about the things that come with it. It's very mean. In the streaming scene, there is a problem that I frequently kind of talk about, but it's difficult, right? It's difficult because here's the thing, chat. There's a clear balance. You have to care about business. You have to care about numbers, right? You have to care about these things. Now, if you only care about things, okay, you will never be happy. Right? That is what the Cinder situation proved, is even when she had it all, she never felt like she had it all. Does that make sense? That's why it's a problem. If you do things only for money, if you do things only for
Wise Rosie.
money and only for numbers, you will be miserable, and your dream job won't be a dream anymore, and you will forget what real friendship and genuine things look like. But we're being dishonest if we don't all care to our numbers to a certain extent. And money to a certain extent, the ends justify the means. If you get enough money, you can stream more. All right? I'm only able to do this full time because my bills are paid. The ends justify the means.
True.
Now, I don't think Monia is saying, like, I would only be happy if I made $10 million. Then I'd be like, brother, you can't treat it that way. We've seen other, case studies of when that doesn't work, right? But her just immediately just saying business relations is one of the things that takes effort and extra time. Being equated to being Cinder is very unhinged. It's very dishonest, and it's not good to take your community on a person and associate them being like that. You are, like, whether people like to believe it or not, you are an influencer. It's a gross word, but the word influencer matters because you influence people's decisions.
Numbers. Oh, numbers. Let me look at numbers, dude. Your greed is just business, guys. It's just business over here. Guys, people like this is the reason why streaming is not as fun. Because you lack people who genuinely, and this is the reason why people with passion actually grow. Because holy you're only here for the money. No wonder. No wonder it's so hard for you. Editing shorts, again.
All right, she has some truth here. If you are only there for the money, you will burn out because there will be nothing that makes you happy. I'm gonna just say it. It's much easier to grandstand that numbers don't matter when they don't matter to you, when you're at a point in your career where they don't. The appropriate thing to do when you have personal disputes is to handle them privately, not public as a performance for an audience. That this is being said publicly is already a strong sign of bad faith, yes. And also she blocked her, so she has no way to defend herself or say her feelings on it, right?
And that's outside of streaming. God lord, dude. Outside of streaming! This is not even about it. Oh, planning your next move. What the f do you even stream? What does she even stream to plan her next move?
Guys, okay.
Okay.
I see the wrong thing, but this is considered harassment on Twitch, right? Going into somebody's personal profile who didn't consent to you doing that and dragging them, just like if you did this to a viewer, by the way, you can't do that. Like, if I have somebody in chat who says something on Unhinged and I ban them, if I go in and look at their personal Twitch profile and try to find them on Instagram and shit, I'm not allowed to do that. I could be wrong, but I don't think you're allowed to do this. I think this constitutes at least as harassment, or like, I could be wrong. But I feel like this is kind of getting close to smearing. Because you're actively, like, pushing your audience into thinking falsehoods about this person and engaging in, like, harmful behavior a little bit. I'm not saying she's, like, out here, saying you should go bother her, but, like, by doing this and showcasing her content like this on stream, it's more likely she's going to get harassment. I feel like it is in Twitch TOS, but I don't know specifically.
Marvel Rivals. Oh my god, the next move is playing League of Legends. Guys, I have to play Wuthering Waves. My next move. My next fucking move, guys. Oh, it's the next move. Get a grab of reality!
Jesus.
Oh god!
Jesus.
God, no, she's still yelling. She's just yelling at her. Like, why? Like, this is scary. Why are we screaming about
Does
this
she
person?
always yell like
if somebody
this?
said that, like, if I would cry, all right? I'm a baby.
Wait, does she always yell like this? Like, is this how she speaks, or is she just genuinely crashing out?
Like, I keep to my gun pretty well, and I'm stubborn.
Dude. Oh, you're awful. We should not be laughing at this.
And I'll cover stuff, but, like, this would make me cry. Like, if I admired somebody and they said this shit like this, I would be, like, I would
okay.
cry. I really would.
She's just over the top most of the time.
So mean.
Okay.
But handling biz relationships, you mean having friends? Or oh my god. Oh my god. So you're telling me I have to plan to play games for a living?
I'm sorry, it's just
in my
like,
chat.
this is really mean.
I have
didn't
to
realize it
actually
got this
talk
mean.
to other streamers. Dude, oh my god. You know what? I feel like if a streamer like contacts her and it's not the same size as her, she probably goes like, ugh, look at this.
Isn't kind of what you're doing by watching and interpreting everything Deme does is bad? No, because Deme has a VOD of her stream public, but Monia does not. So if Monia made a public video and I reacted to Monia's video on stream and I said I disagree with Monia, or I think she's being mean, then Monia couldn't be like, Rosie, you're not allowed to critique me on stream. Now she could technically copyright claim me on YouTube, but no, because this information is, this is not the same, chat. Because notice how I'm not talking shit or calling Deme a bitch. I'm not name calling her. I'm not saying she deserves unkindness her way. I'm not making fun of her. I'm not saying that she's a horrible person. I'm not saying she's awful. And also I started this stream just in case somebody felt like being stupid and unhinged. All right, even though I don't technically have to say it, by saying that regardless of what I'm talking about, we never dogpile everyone. I say it multiple times a stream. Making a person worry about their safety is never okay. Never okay. Not to Deme, not to whoever's wrong in a situation, not now, not ever. We're criticizing what Deme said and how she said it. All right, and we're hoping that she apologizes for this and she realizes how harsh this comes off. All right, that's it. Nobody is perfect on the internet. Nobody is without fault. But we don't like bullying because what this does is it makes it so people are afraid to ever disagree with you outwardly because they're scared to because you're afraid you're gonna get dragged. We don't do that.
Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! Oh my god! how people agree with this shit. Also, here, have some crate money. Megabit, thank you so much. Guys, let's read my post again. So we all remember what I actually did right. So you
I don't want to read the post
I hate when people say
again.
streaming is hard. Did I say growing a stream? Oh.
Even if she apologized, it's too late. No, that's not true. We're not encouraging the behavior that people can never apologize or own their mistakes. For some people, everybody is different. People can choose to forgive, people can choose not to. But we're not trying to burn the witches, okay? We're not doing that. Are we allowed to disagree with you? You're allowed to disagree with me, but if you encourage hateful behavior, I won't have it, okay? That's how your post will get deleted. I have to own by example. You can disagree with me, but you cannot,
Yeah, and some people are very sensitive to tones.
cannot engage in wanting to be unkind towards this person in a detrimental way. I have to lead by example. I'm covering this because trust me, there is not a shortage of pitchforks, all right?
I mean, for me, still the worst thing she's done so far is copyright strike that video. That's crazy. I haven't seen somebody do that in a while.
Accountable and speaking up against bullying. If she does it now, then it'll just be disingenuous. No, that is also untrue because people don't change in a flash of a hat chat. What do you mean? Who are you to decide how long it takes somebody to mentally process that they've done something wrong? That 24 hours is too much for you and you should have done it in 12, or it's somehow not. No, we're not doing that. It's a dumb take. We can't do this whole thing where we.
Wait, this is the only time you've seen... Rosie has usually base takes. She's usually pretty based, pretty balanced person. I really like Rosie. I did a collab with her. She's really, really cool. Yeah, you should check out her content.
Expect people to be holier than thou and never make a mistake, all right?
They say, whatever? No, I said streaming.
Most of these tasks can be applied to literally any other job.
I do
Exactly!
not
Exactly! Dude, just say that you don't want to do, like, dude, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Sunnyside, oh my god, an OG. Sunnyside Jack, how are
It's
you?
harder than a real job because obs sucks balls, bro.
Oh my, guys, following since 2019-0501. One of my first subscribers. You know why, guys? If I'm being honest, Jack, would you have been watching me if I was only here for the money? Oh,
I really hate this argument. You wouldn't be able to.
They clipped random parts of the VOD and gave full context on it. It was just a re-upload of the VOD, so it was not transformative at all. Okay. So apparently the clip that was copyright struck was a re-upload of her VOD, which didn't provide full context. However, you can contact them and ask them to, you know, make some modifications if that is something that really bothers you.
Be here full time if you didn't make some semblance of money.
Brother, dude. You know the reason why there's so many OGs in this chat? It's because I literally didn't change my opinions. And if I did change my opinions, I would say why. I am watching you, so you're the only one here for money, so yeah.
Oh, I see, Nivea.
I mean, he's not wrong. Sunnyside's not wrong.
Okay, and then anyway, I admitted to it. I said, you know what I said? You know what I said in the post? I'm blessed. Me. I'm blessed because I get to do it for a living. Because I get to do it for a living. Oh, I wonder why he said that, right? You would understand, right? That I said it because I do it for a living. Oh, okay. Because being able to sit on my ass all day, yapping, playing video games, and reacting to videos, and taking breaks, whatever I want to, is a privilege.
I mean, she has a Ko-Fi account? What does that have to do with the chat? What's wrong with having a Ko-Fi
This is not a controversial take.
account? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, all of us stream and make money from it, okay? None of us...
Yeah, exactly. I think if you are a fan of a content creator and the content creator is like, yo, I'm not comfortable with this being clipped like that, then the fan would probably comply.
We're doing it as free charity, all right? We wouldn't make it without some semblance of cash dollar. Our VTuber models cost a lot, all right? It's a bad argument to pretend we're doing this out of charitable reasons. Like, of course I love this more than any 9-to-5 job, but also the ends justify the means, and I'm only able to do this with support.
I'm so lucky to be able to do this.
Did he complain about OBS being a pain, chat? We're not gonna go after the random viewer, all right? It's just a random viewer.
Knitting.
It's just a random donor. We're not going after that.
My bad, he's right. Engaging with my community isn't mentally draining at all. I just casually reply to almost every DM, say active in Discord, chat off stream. Oh, brother. It's so fucking hard to like and reply to people taking time to make art for you!
Silly screamers. Don't you know people don't read on social media?
Now, I'm gonna say what I think here. For me, it's hard because I'm chronically ill. I think Deme also is ill, if I remember right. Doesn't she have some type of, isn't she disabled? So the thing that stinks here is I feel like she could be so inspiring to people like Monia who also share with, like, difficulties. And having regular 9-to-5 jobs, she could be the inspiration they have. I'm not excusing anything she said, right? You guys know this. You guys know how I feel about it, that it's wrong. She should have never done this. I do think there is partially, outside of her personal thing she's saying, I think that I haven't usually seen Deme cover Twitter dramas. This is a new thing for her, to those of you guys who watch Deme. I'm wondering if her normal format for, like, playing games, because I know she plays a lot of FPS and stuff like that, right? I almost feel like there could be a problem with the fact that she's transferring that same excited, memeing, like, happy-go-lucky energy to more serious issues, and so it's coming off as very
yeah, the energy level she's displaying isn't earned, so from an outsider looking in, it just feels too off. Monia needs to... Engaging with my community isn't mentally draining, just casually reply to almost every DM, stay active on... Dude, you don't need to reply to DMs. I closed that shit a long time ago. And I have no interest in having any sort of typing fucking... You reply to DMs when you feel like it. Don't ever feel like you need to reply to people. And also, don't give people the expectations that they'll get a reply from you. That's also a slippery slope. You need to protect your mental space. You need to protect your energy, or you won't be able to create if all you do, if most of your day is consumed by small little tasks. For the Discord stuff, though, you need to be active when you are starting up your Discord community, but as your community grow, it should become self-regulating and there's going to be micro communities that develop within your communities and hubs, and people will just start to hang out on your own. But when you are starting off, you need to spend a lot of energy on your Discord. That is true, though. That was one of the biggest time sinks at first, but it's not so much anymore. Like, I haven't been very active on any social medias in the past few days, and honestly, I haven't been looking at my electronics at all. I haven't opened YouTube Studio, I haven't opened Discord, and I haven't really opened Twitter, save from here and there at times. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. Yes, like, I think I respond to DMs if it warrants a response, especially if it's like a business one. But if somebody takes the time to say, you know, I received some DMs saying, oh, you're an inspiration and all of that. And then you reply and they start to expect a back and forth. I don't want to get into that. I'm not somebody that, you know, likes to do the whole typing thing. I'm somebody that's much more comfortable with voiced conversations. And if they want to talk to me, they can come to my stream, not try to corner me into some kind of one-on-one. I don't really like that. And I feel like a lot of people try to get your attention like that.
It's coming off really badly to have that same, like, lighthearted memeing, like, high energy. Okay, like, let me give you guys an example, an unrelated one. Imagine if Chibi Doki covered, like, Johnny Somali. That would hit a lot different, right?
Yeah.
It would be very hard to take her seriously because her eyes go
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
different f***ing directions, all right? Do you see what I'm saying? And, like, as soon as, like, Johnny Somali committed a crime, let's say Chibi does the eyeball toggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, the eyeball sticking out like that. It would be hilarious, but it would get rid of any sincerity she had towards a serious topic. Does that make sense? Like, I'm trying to put this in a way that is really black and white. So I think there is a chance that if she doesn't normally cover drama, her lighthearted, silly tone is hitting wrong because she's doing it about more serious issues. This is a genuine criticism. I'm not saying it.
I have to say that most people that, like, have DM me to tell me, like, yo, I'm a big fan of your content and blah blah, and like they took the time to do that, so I try to reply thank you and stuff. So far everybody's been really respectful, and they haven't tried to continue the conversation too much or be like, yo, we should be friends and play some games together, because then I'm gonna be like, well, I don't play games. I actually don't play games, sorry.
It justifies anything she did. But do you see what I'm saying? I think sometimes when you swap formats, like, I want to play the horse game later. I'm going to be way more playful than when I'm covering this. You see what I'm saying? But it's also why I struggle sometimes when I cover serious situations, because I know my energy is far more calm. I'm a lot more serious. And sometimes I feel like which part of me do people like the most, right? Is it going to be weird if one stream I'm talking serious like I am now, and the next stream I'm like, smash! I really like horsewomen, right? Like, is it going to be like a weird feeling if some people follow me from funny clips online and then they see me posting seriously, right? Or like,
I don't want to DM you because I'm shy. Well, I don't... Okay, there's different kinds of DMs. There's like the DM is, I've been a viewer of your content for X amount of months. You've helped me get through difficult times, and I just want to take the time to thank you for what you do. Things like that. Also, you're the best Fox VTuber I've ever heard. You're intelligent, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. You know, just glaze me. Those DMs are fine. and I'm joking. But, like, those genuine DMs are fine. But don't DM people being like, hey, Rima, can I ask you a question? Hey, Rima, can we talk? No. You know, there's DMs that are done with an intent that is wholesome, and then there's like the DMs that are done with another intent, and people can pick up on that pretty quickly, I think. And then I have just people, dude, I have people that just send me like news all the time, which I appreciate. I actually see them, by the way. I see them and I save them. I don't always reply, but I do appreciate those people. Yeah, thank you, Mythic. Thank you. See, DMs like that, I usually try to reply.
If I am serious one day and I want to be silly the next day, are people going to expect me to be serious all the time? So I think the problem might actually be that she doesn't change her normal attitude she has on other things, which really works for gaming and lighthearted topics. She keeps that same energy towards covering drama, and I think it comes off badly, potentially.
Yeah, she might have a point there.
Does that make sense? I think that is a potential problem here, outside of the other issues.
So
Liking the
literally doing zero research and spewing nonsense flow.
Guys, it can't be worse. It can't be even worse than this, dude. You can't be making this shit up.
How long has she been going on about this, right? At least 10 minutes or more.
Stream is hard in its own way. How about picking up view and not bullshitting? You didn't read it! I said things that are outside because you create the goals you want. That's what I said.
All right, I'm sorry.
Dude, you're not even reading. What did I say after the fact? Yes, stream is
So
hard in its
let
own
me
way.
see the point where she covers Epico. I think we got past the main part of the critique. I will say one more thing, Monia. I do disagree with you on reposting fan art. All right, but I have a polite way of saying it. It's all how you disagree with somebody and doing it diplomatically. Does that make sense? Just do it diplomatically. Just be like, you know what, Monia, I think you're wrong. I think reposting fan art is not really that hard. But you know, I get it.
It's literally just a click.
Compared to doing nothing and just having to remember to like, the little things add up, right? I think that's Monia's point. Not that fan art is like the worst part of her day. I get your intent, you know? Maybe it was poorly phrased and I could pick out like, oh, but reposting fan art is not hard, right? But I think the point that you were trying to make is it's always one little thing after another little thing after another little thing.
Yeah, as someone with social anxiety, replying to others can be mentally taxing. It can be, yes, for sure. You just gotta pick the time where you feel like doing it, so it is genuine, you know.
You know what I'm saying? I think that was what she was going for. So I could get hung up in the weeds to be like, I can't believe Monia doesn't like fan art of herself. It thinks it's a chore to repost it. I can't believe she would say it, but I know the whole point of her post. That would be disingenuous, right? I know her entire point is like, well, it's just one tweet I have to make, or it's just one fan art I gotta, you know, retweet. Oh, by the way, don't forget to post your short. Also, don't forget to put it on YouTube. Also, don't forget to put it on Instagram. Also, don't forget to keep track of your Discord. Also, don't forget to get, you know what I mean? It's the fact that when you're doing it alone, you have little things you need to keep track of, and they take up little bits of time, and they can be frustrating to forget about and keep track of. I think that's the point. Now I say it directly to her face, right? Monia, I disagree with you. Did I have to say it in a mean way? Did I have to? No. This is what I mean. Is I don't think anybody's mad about people disagreeing with each other. It's the fact that like they disagreed. Deme dragged her and got like farmed all of this and also blocked her. You know, mean girl energy towards this. It's all how you handle it. And
Finally,
it's also partially due to the fact that maybe she's new to doing this type of content and it's capturing her in a bad way because she's giving it the same energy she does with other topics that aren't as serious, which makes it seem like she doesn't take this as seriously.
Yeah, watch this being a scam email. Thank you, Gox Horse! Thank you!
Even if she doesn't intend to do that.
And you're wondering why I blocked you? Because I never want to see people like you, dude. You are the reason why streaming is not fun.
Oh,
Because
man,
you're
she's still
only
going
here
in.
for the money. You don't even like your community. You don't even like talking to them. You're complaining.
She's still going in, Christ.
Dude, you know what? This
These
bitch,
are
dude,
the
I'm gonna
people
show you
who look
something.
at fan art and
Bro,
say
she's
you
still
like
saying
it
she doesn't
because
like or care about her community and she's a bitch. Still.
My energy on mainstream. So let me go in my go in an alt stream. You like streaming? You know what it's like to like streaming? That I like streaming so much that I would go in an alt stream just to stream fucking more.
I don't know what this does. Yeah, this goes on for like 40 minutes. Okay, 140, sorry.
People don't have passion. I'll take. I have to work a 9 to 5 full-time job. Not only do I have to juggle that with streaming. So yeah, the place of the issue is
She doesn't even know me and assumed I hate everyone. If you hated everyone, you wouldn't feel so hurt by hearing it was easier for other people because you care about streaming, which is why it bothers you. It's clear you care about streaming or being successful at it because the post bothered you and you felt the need to share your opinion.
that it
Case
makes you
closed.
so tired.
It's pretty easy to
that
figure
you're
out.
unable to stream.
Your
because a
motive
9
was
to
you felt
5
passionate
is so
about your own
hard,
take on it. So you
which
shared
I
it.
literally
I think that's pretty
have
easy to
admitted
understand.
to being lucky that I'm not in a 9 to 5. So the job is the problem.
Alright, I don't see this as Nazico.
You
Is
being
it
able
right
to sit
after
there and say
this?
it's easy. No, I could have said this when I was 20 viewer Andy or 100 viewer Andy with no money in my pocket. You just want to blame something else.
Okay.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm launching.
And then somebody else said,
Oh, there we
streaming
go.
isn't easy unless you're incredibly privileged or lucky and have doors open for you. Breaking through is an uphill battle. Content creation is demanding, unstable, and often thankless. Because you're doing it for the passion.
Wait,
You don't need a
isn't Ebiko VTuber like a pretty big VTuber?
Thank you for streaming. Open the doors yourself. That's what streaming is. Why would you need a thankful? Oh, thank you for showing up and playing League of Legends. Are you joking? Guys, please thank me for showing up and
See,
reacting.
the problem is
to
she's
Twitter.
she made a serious post that she wanted everyone to take seriously, but you weren't allowed to laugh at her in the same way. Like, imagine if anybody looked at her post and was like, damn, I guess it's just real easy for you as a bigger streamer. I guess it's real easy to say for you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you gave her the same energy, people would have said the same thing.
Guys, where's my thank you? Well, guys, where's my thanks, guys? Come on, man.
Why are so many of these
She sounds like she's
people
jealous. Who,
have
Ebiko?
nothing to do with actually streaming?
Who sounds jealous? I don't think anybody is jealous. I think people are just sharing their own hardships. Also, why are people allowed to be jealous of other people who have more than they do? As long as they're not being mean. Like, damn, I'm jealous of people who get 1,000 viewers. I love what I have. But man, I see that and I'm like, damn, that's cool. Well, am I not allowed to be like, damn, I wish I had 1,000 viewers. I'm happy for what I have, but like that sounds like it'd be cool. Do you guys ever look at somebody in a like Ferrari and you're like, damn, I don't really need that car and I have everything I'm happy with, but that would be cool to have one of those. I don't know. People are just sharing their opinions. It's a discussion post, right?
Dude,
being jealous and being envious
because
are not the same.
you can't. What?
Okay, so what did she do wrong that is jealous and not envious? I don't think, but basically, I don't see anything about Ebico that's being horrible right now.
Actually, when we're gonna have a conversation with
Yeah, me
actually
neither.
streaming, not outside of streaming, things that you have to do outside of streaming or whatever, but streaming
It
itself.
discredits what
can you
Deme
complain
did.
about?
Okay, so anybody who says that streaming is hard.
I mean, having like internal jealousy is fine. Depends what you act on it. Like a lot of people have negative thoughts. Depends on if they act on them or not. Depends on their actions.
Automatically discredits Deme on a personal level, so people have to agree with Deme. Is that the take we have to have? That unless we agree with Deme, it is a
The screams are intense, yeah.
personal attack against everything Demi's ever built. That's not what she said, though. Who are you talking about right now? I'd say anyone who says streaming is easy discredits people who put in a lot of work. I don't think either's true, guys. I think you can have different opinions based on your own individual struggles. Let's not get cooked, okay? Ebby has her opinion. You can disagree with it. That's valid. She commented under Ebby's tweet. I heard it was normal. I heard she commented in a rational way under her tweet. It's the fact that she dragged people on stream that I have a bigger problem with than whether she responded to them. You know what I mean? From what I understand, Demi's response to her on Twitter was fine. What the problem I have is not that Deme disagrees. The problem I have is that she's dragging people while blocking them and saying, and like doing it in a very disingenuous and mean-spirited way.
Oh my god, dude,
Alright? I don't have
Chat
any
is so
problem with you guys
hard.
disagreeing with Ebico. If you go to Ebico's post right now and you say, I disagree with you, that's fine. But dragging her on stream, like dragging people on stream, calling them bitches, saying that they only, like, they're as bad as Cinder, like making these really bad allegations to people you've never spoken to, and blocking them so they can't defend themselves is
Complain
bad.
about tech issues, fair. On God, fair. Tech issues is the
Blah,
genuine,
blah, blah,
like, whatever.
blah,
When
blah.
people doing a
Arguments
9 to
nuanced, pulling
5,
up their Twitch
saying
and
streaming
mocking
is
their
not
content
tiring
is
you
not.
when we are
Thank you, Dean,
over
for
dramatic, but it's
coming
mentally
to
and
watch
emotionally
me
exhausting
work
for
hours
many.
with Yuga.
With my medical and sleep deprivation, depression, etc., it's physically exhausting too. Yet people say that we're doing nothing but sit all day.
Yeah, I disagree with you. It's better than saying you're a dumbass for thinking
Yeah,
that.
streaming- I'm not saying that
I'm
streaming
gonna
isn't
drag you
tiring,
and farm you for
though.
this.
Anyway, breaking through an uphill battle, content creation is the mandate. I didn't even talk about content creation, dude. Whatever. Or
Sorry, I'm
it's
skipping
not,
ahead.
I'm pretty sure she saw my tweet and then wanted to make her own like other thing because other people were talking about other things. So she brought this up and stuff.
Yeah.
Again,
I tried
Yes,
streaming
content
for a
creation
while to
is
have
demanding
some
because
help,
it's
so
a
I worked
different
12
kind of
hours
demanding.
shifts and worked anywhere from 60 minus 80 hours a week.
I think people are just commenting on the situation like on a macro level. It's not necessarily directed at Deme.
Still showing up cause I had fun even with.
We're talking about content creation. Yes, it never stops. It's
I will
24/7.
absolutely admit that streaming takes a certain amount.
Oh
of
my
luck.
god, the TTS.
Stop donating. Hold on, let me talk. I'm gonna pause TTS real quick. I'm gonna pause it. We're pausing it, okay? I never said that content creation is easy. Content creation is literally off itself a whole 24/7 thing because it's a passion thing. It's literally something that you want to be passionate about and everything, and
Yep.
and it's something that you choose to do. You
Yep,
choose.
but you also just made a post, your basic post without all of the other things added in, says streaming is easy and you're privileged to do so, and other people are going to have another opinion and just want to talk about it because it's a discussion post.
to want to be a content creator. You choose
Right.
this pathway that you want and navigate your own way with your own goals and whatever. And that of itself is a hard part. But showing up and streaming, I'm sorry. You cannot tell me that streaming is harder than having a job when we're literally watching videos and reacting and playing video games. Nothing of
She
that
said streaming
of
not being a
itself is
content
hard.
creator, it doesn't matter. None of them gives you the right to go on stream, block the people who have a different opinion than you, and then drag them and call them a bitch and say that they're only in it for the money and they're as bad as Cinder. I have no problems with her saying she still disagrees with them. I don't have any problem with people saying, you know what, I think Ebico's wrong. I feel like Ebico's argument is null and void. And, you know, she said, or saying like, oh, I think Ebico's right. She's comparing it from a 9 to 5. Like, I think both are okay. By the way, I'm not saying you gotta only agree with Ebico or you gotta only agree with Deme. I'm saying it's wrong to drag somebody this way. It is wrong to have a discussion on stream about this and farm it and be unkind and not allow anybody to say anything back.
If you want to grow an audience, if you want to be like somebody, or if you want to be part of the top 10 streamers,
I'm talking about the original post. People just didn't read it
properly.
properly. Yeah, that's Twitter. There's nothing wrong with Demi's original post. None of us have said this whole time that Deme, her original post was bad.
Yeah.
Or disagreeing with the responses is bad. What's bad is dragging people on
Good
stream,
night,
going to their
Nan.
profile, making fun of them,
Thank you for stopping by.
saying they're as bad as Cinder, calling them a bitch. That's what's bad.
That's a different topic.
Her making the
that's
post,
literally a
fine.
whole different topic, and I'm never gonna say that that's not easy.
Saying some people are
Or
dumb and didn't
I'm
read
never
all of
gonna
it,
say that's
also
not
true.
hard. Literally, it is.
By the way,
hard.
there's nothing wrong with her
Because
tweet.
I have to deal with-
Nothing wrong with her tweet. Nothing wrong with disagreeing with her. Nothing wrong with her disagreeing with what people had to say back. Nothing wrong with discussing this in a civil way. Nothing wrong with that. Her post, though, it seems like she wasn't expecting discussion. And she
Oh, Deme's tweet was in reply to some tweet where a streamer chick said she earns 10K on Twitch a month, but that's not enough to pay the bills. Dude, well, maybe if you live in a palace with like a bunch of servants and stuff, then yeah, maybe that's not enough to pay those bills.
didn't want to have discussion when it's definitely a discussion post.
People spamming L's all day, bro. Like, anyway, real talk. Yeah, streaming is not hard. I'll die in a hill. Streaming is not hard. Streaming is what you make out of it. If you want to grow from streaming, that's a whole nother ballpark.
Yeah.
It's a
So I think this is all of it.
different one.
She was by far mean-spirited towards both of them. But she was meanest for whatever reason to Monia. But yeah, she randomly was dragging.
There was a 10K a month girl claimed she was spending half of that on travel. Oh yeah, I've seen that. 5K on travels per month. Is she like going on vacation once a month? You mean if we live in California? Yeah, probably.
Demi and a few others look like too. And by the way, like I said, there is nothing wrong with her initial post. There is nothing wrong with disagreeing with Epico. There's nothing wrong with any of this. And if anyone is taking this as some type of flag to be mean to Demi, then you're part of the problem. You're not on my side. I never think harassment is okay. In fact, like I said, the only few interactions I've had with Demi have been good. But I think this was really wrongly handled. And alright, the reason I chose to cover this is actually something that's happened after the fact. So this is going to be my post on it, and then we're going to move on. I went to look at a video about this that Monia shared from one of, it looks like Demi's, fan members. Like, I was informed the video was made by a Demi fan. It was not made by Monia directly. And apparently Demi made her own video. Now, what I think is unfair is Demi copyright claimed. No.
I don't know if that content creator travels once a month at 5K. I mean, maybe she only travels first class or on private jet. I don't know. I don't get it. There's no way it's 5K of Ubers or transport because that's crazy. Oh,
I don't want to look at Demi's... oh, wait. Yeah, I looked at Demi's VOD, sorry. I don't know if Demi made her own personal video or if people were referencing the VOD. Basically, from what I heard, somebody from Demi's community made a situation. And Monia linked the video. She said in here that it was just covering a situation, and like, I went to click on it, right, to just hear more context, and it's gone because Demi removed it for copyright. Like, so not only can she not make a video on YouTube about it, or anybody who does might get copyright claims potentially, because this video did, but she blocked the girl, criticized her on a VOD, and she can't stick up for herself anywhere else because otherwise she'll get copyright claimed if she makes like a video on YouTube covering her side. And so this is what made me want to cover it. I'm sorry if it's a darker topic again. You guys know how I love to keep it lighthearted, but I also just have I'm not better than anyone, okay? I just don't like bullying. And I would hate this if something like this happened to me. My problem is I think of being in Monia's shoes, and I imagine if you're a small streamer, because you don't have connections and all of that, people just might not care. People just might leave you in the dust because like there's no benefit monetarily. Like, let's just be real. I could ignore Monia the entire time I'm a streamer. You want to know why? Being friends with Monia does not give me an advantage. Is Monia here? She was earlier. I've been yammering a while, though. She might have gone to take a pee or, like, do something with her life, touch grass. My point is, right, is that the fact that she can't... I feel like this is bullying because she has no way to retort. She has no way to say, hey, I feel like this isn't fair to say to me. It is a one-sided conversation where Demi gets to have her large audience and farm it, and Monia does not get to say anything back, stick up for any of her points, doesn't get to say that she's not like Cinder, she doesn't care about the money. And also, you know... As much as I say if you're wrong, right? Like, if I'm a bigger creator and a smaller creator is being mean to me, I don't think it's cool to pull the victim card of, like, you're a smaller creator. But it wouldn't matter what size she is, this is wrong, and it does have a more monumental effect when somebody is a smaller streamer and you are a well-supported larger streamer, and the smaller streamer has a hard time having their voice stand out then because it's being muffled, right? So this is why I covered it.
I mean, Monia could still tweet about it even behind a block, and it would surely... It looks like everything's going back to Demi. It looks like she's keeping on top of everything everybody that's tweeting about it, even people that are not adding her. Monia could also make a video too, if she wanted to. Unless she fears it being copyright stroke.
It's because I don't like bullying. I don't like the feeling that, like, somebody who is less relevant, quote-unquote, by number stipulation on Twitch, who is less beneficial to befriend or be nice to or advocate for.
But for sure, I mean, Demi is just shedding a big negative light on this content creator. And I think that's what Rosie doesn't like here, which is fair.
It's ignored when they get dogpiled. So if you guys wouldn't mind...
And at the end of the day, just, again, I don't know if this is just her usual energy, but it just feels like such an over-the-top reaction and taking this comment so personally when perhaps it wasn't directed at her. It was just Monia's opinion on that discussion. It just wasn't that serious from the start.
Don't be mean to Demi. Criticism that is constructive is good. Dogpiling is never good. Attacking someone's personal life is horrible, and nobody should ever do that. And if you do that, you are no member of mine. If you want to do something productive with your time, if you feel like really touched by this, why don't you go follow Monia? Why don't you spend that energy being kind to the person who may not have gotten a lot of kindness around the time, right? Spend that energy not raising a pitchfork, but raising a light to somebody who needs it. At the end of the day, many people holding pitchforks. I truly think that just calling it out as what it is and giving love to the people who deserve it is more than enough. All right. Is more than enough. So that's all I have to say about it.
It's not about the different opinion. I blocked her.
So that's why I was saying, hey, like, if you're not somebody who tends to post a lot on Twitter, what you said in this post just leads to many people who are gonna want to talk about it.
Like, dude, they just had a different opinion and just wanted to share with you. It's not about the different opinion. I blocked her for my own mental strain. I'm allowed to do that.
By the way, I never said that you're not allowed to fucking do that.
Okay.
I think blocking is great. I think if you want to be done with something and your mental health is taking strain, over a dumb Twitter post, you should absolutely block and move on. The thing that I said is that I particularly think it's unhinged in comparison to go in and insult them to this degree on stream. Sorry. That was my issue, not them blocking or deciding they didn't want to get into it anymore for their mental health. So this is not what I am saying or not what I ever have said.
Oh my god, are people insane? Are people insane that I have to fucking like, am I not allowed to block somebody? I have to like explain why the fuck I'm blocking to them? The fuck?
No. See, this is what I don't like. It's focusing on something I never said. That's why, do you guys see how this is kind of frustrating for me to read? It's like, yes, my entire point of making this post was to say that you are not allowed to block anyone who makes you uncomfortable.
Fuck are you talking about? Why are they talking about it being personal when they invited Deme and got personal about it themselves? Oh god, dude, I didn't do shit!
I get the point that Monia is the one who technically started it. That point is not lost on me. But I think it loses any type of relevance or defense when you drag someone on stream. It's the dragging on stream, all right? I think you could go back at her on Twitter, all of these things, all right? And even you could talk about her on stream, but calling her a bitch and calling her names, I feel like that's unhinged. I'm not really moving from that, all right? But it has nothing to do with this, okay? I'm not saying she didn't start it. I'm not saying that that point is not lost on me, but it doesn't disprove the point that I made.
And then I fucking blocked her and then she made it like my fucking business.
All right, so what she's talking about is after she blocked her, she went and said like, damn, I guess I can't disagree with this person. Like she wrote her own tweet, took a screenshot of her being blocked, right? Even so, okay? That somehow it's like, you know what? She made a second post about me, so I'm gonna go on stream and call her a bitch that's just as bad as Cinder, and that's justified. That escalation is crazy, right? I'm not saying Monia's without fault or shouldn't have done this, right? Like Monia shouldn't have done this and not expected any pushback, but the pushback was, you know, we really upped the ante there. We really put it into overdrive there.
Oh my god.
Deme is escalating this at every turn.
Dragging another streamer live comparing her to Cinder is so mean-spirited. You don't agree with her, but she wasn't attacking you in any form of capacity.
Okay, now I will say, I read some responses, and I will take the criticism here. You know, she probably felt like this was directed at her.
Bro, what she said made me feel like that's what she was. Sorry, I'm just being honest.
That's fine. I took it as less personal, but I can totally see, with some others' perspectives and looking back into it again, that this could have been taken more personally. It's a quote retweet at the end. It says like, do better or something like that. Totally valid.
Am I not allowed to be fucking honest about my opinion as well? I wasn't dragging her. I was reading her fucking shit and commentating over it.
You were dragging her. Your commentation was insults. You said she's like Cinder, she's a bitch. This is not commentating. This is different than simply being like, oh, this is where our differences are and all of that. Like, this is insults, all right? That the problem is the insults, not the commentating, all right? So I just don't like that this is getting twisted again.
Because that's what my fucking opinion is, and that's what it is. If you don't like my opinion, that's fine.
Is it fine? Because you're going off on it for 10 minutes. So I feel like, just maybe, it's not fine.
That's literally fine.
Perhaps.
But get off your fucking high horse. Oh my god, this
What high horse am I on? Is it that high of a bar to just be like, hey, I don't have a problem with you personally, but I feel like this was much. I feel like this was bullying. I feel like this was just a little bit far, and I don't really want to see this with other people. Like, I even said I am not perfect. Like, people have called me out for things that I've done, rightfully so, in my own time streaming, all right? I am not better than this person. I've said over and over
fucking
again.
like virtue signaling bullshit.
Yes, I'm virtue signaling for saying a spade is a spade, and that dragging someone and calling them names and saying really harsh things about them and going to their profile on Twitch and laughing at them. Okay, yeah, sure. If that's what virtue signaling is, that's fine.
This happened because interlies Deme as being one to infer with the manager.
It would have been better for Rosie and Deme talk behind the scene. Why? Why would they need to talk about this behind the scenes? Why do people always have this answer for everything? No, some things are meant to be in the public realm, like this. It was a public tweet, it was a public response. They don't owe each other anything, they're just dunking on each other's answers. This is content creation, baby! Deme made it public.
An easy job when I blocked her. I even explained in the tweet that you're fucking coding. Dude, listen, I explained in the
This is content for us.
tweet that you're coding because you didn't read, but
I can't read, boys. Sorry, let's find out. Let's find out with the power of reading how I'm wrong here.
blocked her over the fact that I don't want to interact with her secret post because she's another streamer who sees it as business. And that take was stupid as fuck to showcase why streaming is hard.
You could feel that way. I feel like that's totally fine. This whole tweet is totally fine. What you're saying is totally fine. I just don't like the dragging. I just don't like the dragging on stream.
even fucking showed you the literal reason why. My bad, he's right. Girl, shut the fuck up. Engaging with your community. Oh yeah, my bad. Let's move out of the way for real hardworking guys. My bad. I forgot how backbreaking it must be to sit in your ass and play video games. Like, be real with yourself. And then she said, engaging with my community isn't mentally draining. Engaging with your community is mentally fucking draining.
You know, I'm gonna just say it. I'm the one who can't read, right? I'm the one who can't read. All right, so you guys are gonna have to tell me because I'm incapable of reading. But I'm pretty sure she just said, my bad, he's right. Engaging with my community isn't mentally draining. As in,
Yeah,
isn't.
yeah,
and
me
she
too.
reads this and then says, engaging with community is mentally draining?
Engaging with my community isn't mentally draining. Engaging with your community
Oh, she read it as being sarcastic.
is mentally fucking draining.
I mean, I don't know, I can't read, but it sounds like you misread that. By her own logic, by her own rules she put in place. You can't read!
And then she explains it as DMing people, staying active on Discord, chat off stream, make small talk in DMs. I'm in the fucking right to call this so stupid. Why the fuck can I not? Because of her fucking size?
No, I said you're allowed to call her out. Why are we yelling? Why are we yelling? No, you're allowed to disagree.
I don't know
You're allowed
why
to think
we're
this is bullshit.
yelling.
You're allowed to think this is a bad thing. You just didn't need to drag them on stream. You just didn't need to go on stream and start using insults. You didn't need to just. This is fine. I never said that. There was nowhere in my tweet, which apparently she read thoroughly, unlike me who can't read, where I said she couldn't criticize it. I literally just said it was bad for dragging her on stream, but I'm the one who can't read.
Be fucking for real. I mean, all this kind of my
Wait, is it sarcastic or is it not sarcastic?
part by I think apologizing. Why would I need to? Holy shit!
Whatever.
Move.
Because you dragged her on stream. I never really thought you were gonna apologize, but I didn't think you'd have a problem with this tweet to this degree. Oh man, yeah, I've learned that you are not somebody who will apologize or admit wrong, from what I've seen. You're entitled to what you want, but, just like you said, it's completely okay to disagree with you. And I'm disagreeing with you. I think this isn't good.
Oh God, so fucking addicted.
I'm addicted. How am I addicted? I made 2 posts. You are on stream. What? She's gone on stream for like 2 hours the first
Wait,
day, 3 hours the next
addicted?
day. Or not, sorry, 2 hours one day and like an hour or so the following day farming this again. And then she titled her stream yesterday, I am the big bad wolf reactor, as a joke. I mean, you can call me a farmer, but farmer recognizes farmer, brother.
It's not a good community.
I don't know any of these girls. Motherfucker. What the fuck are you fucking saying?
I said, I don't know any of you guys. I've had a few DMs with you about Marvel Rivals that never went anywhere, but that's it. I meant what is stated right there that you are reading, that I don't know any of you personally.
This is so blown. God, you guys are so fucking deprived of fucking drama and the VTubing sphere that you're so fucking victimizing yourself. God.
What am I victimizing myself over? When did I claim I was a victim? She's
Why
so
is
good at reading.
Rosie
Where does it say
being
that?
dragged into
I'm sorry,
this?
the person who apparently can't read. Where is the part in here that I say I'm victimizing myself?
Nobody acted like the victim until somebody did, and I called it fucking out. God, if you think my crash out isn't valid, I'm sorry, you wouldn't fucking get it.
You wouldn't get it, guys. You know what?
No, wait, the crash out isn't valid. Like, come on.
She has it so difficult. She gets a free pass. And I'm not saying she doesn't have it hard. From what I've heard, she's disabled, right? But so is Monia, by the way. Monia's also disabled. But that doesn't mean you can act like that.
Don't say that you don't know them is kind of harsh. Assumptions on how somebody is, like how they project themselves, and they projected themselves like that, and I have the right to fucking say my opinion on it. Like,
yes, you do. And I never said you didn't have the right to speak your opinion on it or disagree with it. You can even do that on stream. It's just the dragging, screaming, and insults.
I'm unsure. Like, dude, holy shit, get off my fucking ass. I'm sure why the footage was VOD rip. If you're unsure, why comment on it? You don't know shit.
Because it's still bad to copyright claim. And it doesn't detract from my point. I don't know why we're yelling.
God, you know why the VOD was fucking removed? Because it had no fucking commentary and they didn't even add the whole fucking VOD.
So let me get this straight. You guys think she wouldn't copyright claim it if somebody uploaded the whole VOD and on how unhinged it was? Because I feel like she would have. Maybe she wouldn't have.
True. I mean, wait, well, first of all, you can't re-upload a full VOD. That is actually against YouTube's rules. Clipping the VOD is the right play there.
Maybe the whole VOD of her spouting like this and being unhinged for 2 hours with more than just Monia, by the way. Because she also went off on people like Ebico and stuff.
Here is the section she talks about Ebico.
You don't need a thank you for fucking streaming. Open the doors your fucking self. That's what streaming is. Why would you need a thankful? Oh, thank you for showing up and playing League of Legends. Are you joking? Guys, please thank me for showing up and reacting to Twitter. Guys, where's my thank you?
If anything, it just looks more unhinged if you see that it was like 2 hours of it.
Oh lord, dude, this is the most dumbest fucking shit ever. But if you go drag another girl for disagreeing with me, I didn't drag her for disagreeing on me. I don't give a fuck about different opinions.
Okay, so let me. People are fine to have different opinions, guys. This is what not dragging on stream looks like, and being fine with other people's opinions. This is not dragging, guys. This is just normal banter with somebody who can't talk back.
Bitch, do you even like streaming? Do you even like creating an audience? Isn't the whole point of streaming creating an audience and engaging with your community? Like, dude.
You're welcome,
God,
Aqua.
guys, I could not imagine. I can imagine engaging with your community.
She's so nice. I love this discussion where only she can talk. That's definitely not dragging another person on stream and only criticism.
Rosie's commentary is so funny. She's so nice. She said it so casually.
Oh, brother, dude. We're really complaining about engaging with your community. Guys, I can't believe I have to look at my chat. Guys, I can't believe I have to look at my chat.
Yeah, this is definitely not 2 hours, going on
Holy.
about other people's opinions. This definitely isn't 30 minutes only on Monia's.
Oh my god.
opinions.
The screaming there is holy.
Handling biz relationships. Okay, so you're in it for the fucking money. God, you're just like fucking Cinder. That's the reason why fucking...
Guys, this is just nice criticism. Deme totally didn't drag her on stream. I'm so filled with misinfo.
The Cinder situation even fucking happened because you can't even make a real fucking friend. You're only seeing numbers. Oh, numbers. Let me look at numbers, dude. Your greed is fucking just business, guys. It's just fucking business over here. Guys,
I love it when somebody gives me some nice, healthy criticism.
people like this is the reason why streaming is not as fun. Because you lack people who genuinely, and this is the reason.
You're just like Cinder off this tweet is crazy. Of 3 words, handling business relationship, because she said it's a lot of work handling business relationship. You're just like Cinder. The jump there. The jump. You gotta admire it. That was a big jump.
This is what not dragging looks like.
People with passion actually grow. Because holy fuck, if you're only here for the money, no wonder. No,
She definitely isn't implying that this person's only in it for the money, is only in it for business.
no wonder it's so fucking hard for you. Editing shorts, again, not out. That's fucking outside of streaming. God lord, dude. Outside of streaming! This is not even about it. Oh, planning your
Yeah, I love it when women calmly explain their point of view in a very controlled and thoughtful
next move. What the fuck do you even stream? What did she even stream to plan her next fucking move?
This is fine too. To pull her
No,
up on
I feel like this part is really condescending.
stream like this is only valuable criticism, and definitely isn't weaponizing your audience who could dogpile her with your you
Yeah.
know, 3,000 viewers.
We've seen this part.
Move. Get a grab of fucking reality!
Sorry, I just want to make sure
Jeez.
you hear what you said here. What was it again?
What if you go drag another girl for disagreeing with you? I didn't drag her for disagreeing on me. I don't give a fuck about different opinions. My next move. My next fucking move, guys. Oh, it's the next move. Get a grab of fucking reality! Oh god!
She didn't drag her on stream, guys. She was nothing but calm and collected and fine with her having a different opinion.
God, handling biz relationships. You mean having friends or? Oh my god. Oh my god. So you're telling me I have to plan to play games for a living? I have to talk with my chat. I have to actually talk to other streamers.
So nice of her. Yeah. Anyway.
If I did, I wouldn't fucking be here right now because I'd be fucking absolutely. I'll just shut it down. They're just gonna feed it to their ego. God, dude. I know it's probably so hard to grow in this sphere because
Damn, guys. She's thinking about me, how hard it is to grow in the sphere. It's how hard it is to grow.
of how so many streamers are there and stuff, and you need to like put yourself out there. You need to do it by also absolutely drama farming. You're boring. You're
Man, I'm sorry that Demi's looking in the mirror and realizing she's boring then. You must be pretty boring then because you farmed this for like 3 days straight.
you're so fucking boring. You know
When can we watch some VTuber clips react? I'll do another stream tomorrow or Saturday. I'll do like a just VTuber clip react because I took too long covering the news
how
today.
this all started because I said that
My bad.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you know me, boys, somebody who only can do drama because I have nothing better to do and because it's so hard to grow on the internet that without it I couldn't.
Clip.
Does she just do it out of the passion of her heart then? Is hers different? Is her going on stream to farm people's replies to whether streaming was easy for like 2 to 3 hours one day, 2 hours the next day, and like titling her stream about it the day after? Is that fine then? It's only when I do it that I'm desperate and I can't grow without it? Because to me, with her own logic, she just called herself boring
That every stream
and implied that anybody who does this, struggles to grow. So maybe she's, struggling to grow on Twitch without it.
was. I said I
her own
am privileged
logic.
as fuck to be earning and to be sitting my ass down and playing games for a living. And if you can't understand that it's me who's lucky, I'm sorry. Maybe you just need to learn how to read a little bit more.
No, I understand. It's you that's lucky because I don't think anybody's ever criticized you to this degree because it really bothers you. My lukewarm tweet really bothers you. And you felt the need to farm it for 10 minutes and misrepresent what I was saying for 10 minutes.
I was just happy about my situation, and honestly, sorry, streaming is easy. Growing is hard. And you know what? People say that I go back to my points and whatever.
And by the way, I think she's right. I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that. Again, she's making it sound like we don't understand that and that the criticism is not entirely about her dragging. And anytime she addresses the dragging, she says she did not drag her on stream.
I never did. You just never listened. There's a fucking difference. I never said ever. I said growing is hard. Dude, listen, maybe if streaming is so fucking hard for you, you don't have to do it. Oh, gasp. You don't have to fucking.
Maybe if criticism is hard for you to hear, maybe,
Oh, it's AutoG.
and then people won't disagree with you and you won't have to, block them and then go to stream and drag them, where people can't say you're being unhinged or crazy.
You can do it. No one's forcing you to fucking stream. Passion job. It's your fucking choice. And if you don't even like
Yeah, it's your choice to make farming videos like this and tweets on Twitter.
Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.